I think we may have broke something. Alright, so we're going to start off taking the wheel off. 17 mil. Yours may be different depending on what your lug nuts are. As you can see, we did a bit of damage. Just straight sheared the A-arms. Lower ball joint. Tie rod on. CV axle, actually, it's okay. Oh! She is not okay. Alright. Let's see what size these are. And then a 15 and a cotter pin. Where are the ratchet ears? New shop, so everything is not where you think it would be. Apparently we don't even have a 15. 15 has been lost. Well, not 15 anyway, the bottom. Classic. Oh. I'm surprised. I'll have to go back in the video and show you what the other side of this looks like. I don't know where'd that go. It sheared the threads off on the other one. That's why I bought a whole new tie rod. But the threads aren't in there. Strange, don't you think? I don't know. Don't know where that would have gone. I would say now, castle nut for the axle. For anyone wondering, my father is behind the camera today. Oh man. I might actually have to search for a socket. Good guess, 11/16. Lovely. Should be able to leave all that on there. And now, just take off these chunks of lower A-arm that are left. That doesn't seem right. Should there be 2 washers on the outside of that?
Maybe.
I don't know. This is my first time tearing any of these apart. So
They look pretty small, not heavy duty enough.
Probably gonna have to grab a longer socket for that.
This door might have to be in the workbench.
Yeah, makes sense. All these tools got frost on. You actually have to take the brake caliper off to get that out. Maybe I'll just take the one side out.
No.
Suppose I have to take them both out. I can even just push it with my fingers.
Screwdriver.
I might just leave it like that.
Like pulling teeth.
Yeah, no joke. There ain't much left of that A-arm. And now, I guess you just clean this all up. New to me A-arms. Takeoffs off somebody else's rig that they probably lifted or did something to. Gotta give it a little tap. Maybe you may have to give it a little bit more than a tap. You're gonna have to give her the beans. Fell right into place. No. Does have a little burr in this ball joint. Well, now she's halfway to getting back together. most likely all of this will get taken back apart because I'm going to need new brake lines and brake pads probably. Where is the one I was supposed to? I'd say that's probably good. I guess we could throw this back in.
Not putting a new one in?
I don't have a new one right now.
Okay.
I was just gonna
You
put
can
it,
drive it.
yeah, in here, and then pop that back off.
There's not room to drive it in here, but
Alright, yeah. Actually, yeah, there is. You can drive it back in there.
you can push it in, but you're not going to drive it in here.
Why not?
Not room to even turn around.
You're funny. Wow, look at that. Lined up perfectly.
What? That's fine.
I'm just going to bend it over a little bit and cut them off. Snip the end of it off and bent her over. This is not ideal, but it'll get me where I need to go for now. Everything else should be good. Gonna take the rest of what's left on the car, pop that off, and should be able to just slip these right in. So this is kind of what we're working with here. Rip the tie rod end off. Rip the whole lower control arm. Bent it, ripped it in half. Upper control arm looks like it's probably okay. Just needs a new ball joint, but I did end up getting a whole new upper control arm. Probably didn't need to, but hey, I did. I'll have a spare, I guess. Didn't really mess up much of the plastics. This will go right back on. It just pulled out the plastic clips. Everything else looks to be fine. Nothing else bent. None of the mounts are bent. Just need to get the front bumper off and then the front plastic piece here, and we should be golden. So I've started taking apart the front end. My bumper may be different than yours. Mine's factory. Just had 2 bolts up top, 2 bolts on the bottom. These were 15 mil and these were 10 mil. It gives us access to all the clips and screws that hold this front plastic piece on, and that will give us access to these bolts down here for the lower control arms, because these bolts go all the way through and you can't access them with that front bumper on there. Sorry, the lighting is terrible and that is not ideal, but I don't have somebody with me right now to put that jack stand up the right way, and this thing only weighs like 1,000 pounds, so I can lift it up pretty easily. It's not going to be doing much. I'm going to go ahead and start taking off all the clips and get this front piece off. Take the headlights. I think the headlights come with that front piece. I could be wrong. This is my first side-by-side that I personally have owned, and I broke it. But hey, that's what they're made for, right? We'll have her fixed in no time. Alright, so after you've taken out your 4 clips, 2 on each side, you're going to have 6 T27 Torx bit screws, and then you just kind of give it a little shake, and it will pop right off. Remember to carefully take out your headlights, not to damage those or touch the bulbs, giving us full access to our bolts for our lower and upper control arms. Should be pretty smooth sailing now. Get these out, put my new tie rod on back on, and put the tire back on. The only thing I'm waiting on right now is the brake line. I might just put some vice grips on that real quick, just so that I can drive it into the garage. Alright, so I got the tie rod end on, secured, tightened up. Now we're on to the upper and lower control arm bolts. Oh man, I really did a number on that lower control arm. But they're 15 mil, should be able to pop these out really quick, and I'll be right back. They did take a little bit of finesse, but they came right out. Upper one popped right out easily, quick. Now I'm just gonna go take this one bushing off in the garage because it is a little cold out here for December, but hey, we don't have any snow, so that's kind of cool. Up in Michigan, kind of strange too though. Should be able to have this back together maybe tonight. Alright, so we are back in the garage because it's a little warmer. Gonna pop out these bushings and put them in these upper and lower control arms. That way we can get this bad boy put back on the RZR and get back on the road for at least a little while until I get my new upper and lower control arm bushing kit and new CV axles. I think I'm going to get some new ball joints too, just because it's a maintenance thing. Along with probably brake pads. Really didn't look at those too well. Oh yeah. They are definitely getting a little down there, but it's not like you drive it down the road. It should be fine. I'm not too worried about it. Well, it may look a little strange for a little while because one side will be white and one will be black. But I did take the bushings and swap them. These bushings look really nice. Damn near brand new. Re-greased everything. Greased the grease zerks. I really need to kind of wipe everything down and clean it up. But this whole thing needs like a power wash. So we're going to see if we can kind of slip everything back together and maybe pull it up and off the trailer. But the sun is going down quick. So we'll see what we can do with the time we have. So I bungee corded the shock out of the way, and I actually just got the upper bolt in for the upper control arm and slipped just the end of the CV axle in, got over here, just gave it a couple little shoves and slipped right in. The bottom lower control arm was a little bit more tricky, had to kind of finagle it in there a little bit and got the bolt in. Now just kind of buttoning everything up, put the shock back on. I'm going to put a pair of vice grips. I'm not sure if I already said that in the video, but put a pair of vice grips on the brake line so that way I'm not leaking brake fluid all over the place. And hopefully that's it. It's getting there for sure. Still looks a little sad, but it's getting there. I ended up wanting to finish it, so I went out and grabbed a jack. The sun is just about down, but I am just about done. Just had the shock hooked up. I might not put all the front end completely back together right now, but I should be able to get the tire on and get it pulled off the trailer here very shortly. And just like that, she's back to new. And actually, I think I got it pretty damn awful close for the tie rod. It actually just looks like it needs to go in just a little bit more. Slightly pigeon-toed look right now. But, and now that I look at it, it actually looks like this bottom arm is bent right here. But I could be wrong. I'll have to get a level straight edge or something to test it and see if that is bad. And if it is, I guess I'll just put both white front control arms on and maybe I'll just leave them white for now. It is getting very cold now that the sun is going down. I'm going to try and button up as much as I can to the front end here and get this jack stand out. And I think I'll pull it off the trailer. That way I can pull it up in the garage tomorrow and kind of work with the plastics and try and get all this back together and give her a bath. Well, that's it for tonight, and I'll be back at you with a part 2, hopefully coming soon. Good night, you guys, and have a happy new year.
And I was taping through all that, so you can,
Really?
yeah.
I can edit it.
No, that's not taping, is it?
It's taping right now.